You know when, for whatever reason, you really need to go to the bank and deposit money or else something really bad is going to happen? This is similar to the feeling I get when I want to drink. It's an anxious feeling and one you know can be easily solved if you just go to the store and pick up something that is not only legal but fast acting. Now, in the beginning, I could only picture myself having fun again with a drink in my hand. Because drinking had welcomed me back into its life, we were always celebrating. I would only drink my expensive favorites in this reoccurring fantasy. It was like one of those well done commercials for liquor. I'm sitting at a high table with my good girlfriends, drink swishing in my hand as I kick back my head and laugh. The music is bumping, and the lights are usually strobing green and blue. I'm beautiful and powerful. There are a few movies I've seen that have correctly portrayed the feeling of being high on various substances. In fact, people who have never experimented with these sorts of things have also agreed these movies have given them a mind trip. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas,
Can't stop here. This is that country.
The Doors,
Couldn't get much higher.
Requiem for a Dream, and of course Trainspotting.
Choose life, choose a job, choose a career, choose a family, choose washing machines, cars, choose DIY and wondering who the you are on a Sunday morning. Choose sitting on that couch watching mind-numbing, spirit-crushing game shows.
In the early days of sobriety, I would drive home, which in the past meant a stop to the 7-Eleven on Camp Bowie in Tremont with a great selection of cheap wine. I would stop at the light near the 7-Eleven and clearly imagine myself pulling into the parking lot and browsing the selection, just for old time's sake. I wouldn't buy anything, I reassured myself. I'd just, check out what they had. Thankfully, I never did this. I always drove past, but I'd get home all wired, trying to figure out what would kill the anxiety. I would tell Jim I was feeling weak, and he would remind me why it was not worth throwing away a week of sobriety, a month of sobriety, 6 months of sobriety. Deep breath. Let's go to bed early. During this time, I did not turn to religion. It's not that I think I'm above God and I don't need any help from entities who rule this universe. On the contrary, I pray often for strength and for others. In my mind, the verdict is still out on major religions, but that's a topic for another blog. When I had kicked other habits before, I was reading a lot of James Redfield because of Starseed Cosmonaut. I was and am more concerned with understanding myself as a way to close the gap between myself and God. The first time I sobered up, I couldn't tell you what I actually kicked, except maybe the overall general feeling of dangling on the edge and falling backward. We pretty much ingested anything in those days, so to this day I can tell you for sure roses have no mind-altering chemicals.